The flower of flowers is a key ingredient in the monoi, the sacred Polynesian oil. This gold-tinted balm has long been nourishing and perfuming the body and the hair of the Tahitians. Tiare Pere is the keeper of the manufacturing process. She learned the age-old gestures of the recipe from her grandmother and her aunts.
I need 2 coconuts, okay?
Along with her husband Nick, she created a company that blends tradition and modernity into a handmade product.
So I just asked my husband to grate some coconuts because I need to prepare more monoi. And since coconut is one of the key ingredients, I'm watching him grating it. And this is our working environment. We have a 180-degree view over the lagoon and the ocean, and it feels good. So now I'm going to prepare the monoi. So I'm adding the petals of the tiare flowers that we picked early this morning. I won't use the stem because it's full of water and chlorophyll. That's why we only keep the petals in our recipe.
There's a legend behind the tiare flower. The God of Beauty Athea allegedly created it before giving the pure and fragrant flower to Mihia, a siren.
Mihia will take the flower with her to the bottom of the ocean, and there the flower will start to grow little by little. Some roots start to appear until the first tiare bush was born. And that's when we realize the legend behind the creation of the flower has to be true, since the tiare growing near the sea are much more beautiful than those further inland. This is called Tiare avaro, and it's full of salicylic acid. Once mixed with the monoi, it will help to bring out the oil inside the coconut. I'll start to air the mix a bit. The recipe says that using my hands allows me to have an early contact with the ingredients and nature. It's an exchange. There are the ingredients, but also something important that we don't see, the mana. That's what I add to the mix as a person. So this phase is about the contact, and through what I feel in my hands, the smells that float around, I can tell right away that this monoi will be great.
Tiare now adds to the mix an unusual ingredient, black pearls of Tahiti.
So here I'm adding the pearls right at the beginning, so they get to know the flowers and the coconut.
The black pearls of Tahiti are made by calcium concretion and are known for their anti-aging properties.
Now I'm going to leave this to dry in the sun. I take it out every morning for a couple of weeks and bring it back in when the sun begins to set.
It'll take 6 weeks before the mix is ready to be filtered.
So here is the coconut. It gave a lot of water. It's ready.
When we pick a flower, we talk to it. The tiare flowers we picked this morning, well, before picking them, we talk to them. We say, "Good morning. I come to you today because I need your help. I'm going to make some monoi. I'm sorry, but I'll have to pick you. But I love you. You know, I love you a lot. And I know your strength, your power. Thank you. Thanks for everything you'll give me. Respect for the plants is important for us Polynesians.
Since 1992, monoi is the only product of Polynesia covered by a protected designation of origin. Despite space being limited on the pirogues, Tahitian sailors always brought tiare bushes with them during their expeditions. That's how important they were. Indeed, every part of a tiare bush can be useful. From being a decoration plant, it can turn into a medicinal plant.
Teto tiare! Teto tiare! Ah! Hello, Auntie. How are you doing, darling? I'm good. And you? Are you well? Of course, everything's good. Everything's fine.
Teto Tiare knows about the tiare flower's medicinal properties.
Many children are not at school right now because they've got the flu. So I brought these leaves because I wanted to show you how to use them to cure the children. Ah, okay. All right. So I'll grab my notebooks with all my recipes. You need 30 leaves for 3 days. It's a 3-day treatment. All right, 30 leaves a day for 3 days. So you have 90 here, per day, for 3 days. So there are 90 here, which is enough. And how many litres of water do I need? Okay. You can use 2 litres. You boil them, and then you use steam. You can also bathe the children with it, if you want. All right, right. And regarding the flowers, when should you pick them? Well, you should pick them the previous day. All the small details matter. So I write down everything, every time. That way I have a kind of scientific approach to this. I can say, well, here's how to prepare this traditional medicine. Here are the effects, and all that. It's a way to create bridges between modern and traditional medicine. That's all we had once upon a time. We didn't have doctors. We didn't have anything. And so we made do with what was available. Polynesians at that time made their medicines themselves. Let's do this. Now it should be ready.
Traditional medicine encompasses rituals and beliefs, but the therapeutic properties of the tiare flowers are very real and attract the curiosity of researchers looking for new cures. Every year, the CIPAM gathers researchers from all over the archipelago to discuss the latest discoveries, and it seems the tiare still holds many secrets. Patrice Tenori is the most famous herbalist in the region. He dedicated his life to the practice of traditional medicine based on plants.
When I started to work, there were lots of people. Every single day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. it was full at my place. It's been like that for 30 years. And I could no longer stand it.
Today he's retired, but he still agreed to invite us in his garden to unveil the mystery behind a tiare recipe. For this specific infusion, he needs tiare buds.
We don't take these ones. But this one is good. Here. Yeah, these ones are good.
Only his wife Elise is allowed to gather the remaining ingredients, mostly fern roots.
So, when using this, we should always remove the root. We use only the upper part, these leaves here, and we add them to the water. Then we add the 2 tiara flowers, and then the ferns. Yeah. We have 2 kinds, and we never use the leaves. We use this part instead, always with 2 fingers. Then we look for this. We always use 2 fingers for the mix. Then we add it to the water. According to tradition, we should always make a short prayer before starting to bless what we're about to do. So we always crush them 2 by 2.
Know-how is just as important as the gift of healing handed down by the ancestors.
I was always with them. I was always here when I was a kid. I didn't really go to school, but I learned a lot with them. Since I was 12 or 11, I spent time with my grandmother. And she taught me to look around myself at where I was, how children, men and women work. But I only started preparing recipes when I was around 22. I started to learn her craft, so it didn't come overnight. So once it's ready, you put it in water like this, in a glass. And that's when you get the colour.
Tiare-based medicine can be potions, steam bath, infusions or poultices, and help combat fatigue, sunburns and queasy stomachs.
I like to add a small spoon of brown sugar. You mix it a bit and drink it up. And that's called rao.